So, you want to marry a Chinese citizen in China? That's great, and I've done that right here in Shenzhen. It can be a pretty simple process, but if you think you can show up just with a ring, your passport and a smile, you're in for a big shock. It takes really careful paperwork, resilience, and in our case, many mistakes. But don't worry, we survived it all, and so can you. So in this video, I'll give you the exact 5-step blueprint so you don't make the same mistakes that we did. Now, step 1 is the easy but hard one, really. Find your love. Is that right? Cece and I met as friends and dated for a full 7 years. Of course, don't skip this and rush into any marriage. Marriage is really a very important step in anybody's lives, and it's very important that you are doing it with the right person. Step 2 is probably the hardest part. You'll need to make sure that you know exactly what documents you'll need. This depends mainly on 2 things: where you're from and also which Chinese city your fiancé is from. Because rules do change depending on your home country and your Chinese fiancé's home city. And don't never rely on AI for this, or also online chat rooms and things. We did that mistake and it cost us a lot of extra time and money. You'll need to not only identify yourself with your passport, but you'll also need a legal certificate that shows not only that you're single, but what kind of single you are. In China, this is essential, and depending on your situation, this might be hard for you to prove, so don't mess around. Get onto that straight away and try to get the certification as soon as you can. But don't take my word for it. Remember, I'm on the internet. Regard me as AI or an internet chat room, okay? Don't even take this as 100%. But what you can take as 100% is go and talk to the government in your fiancé's home city. Physically walk in. Don't even call them. Walk into the Marriage Registry in that city or the Civil Affairs Bureau and tell them exactly your situation. Tell them everything about yourself, where you're from, whether you've been married before, whether you're widowed, whether you've never been married. Give them all of that, because that's what they need to know. And also, of course, the same for your fiancé, but he or she the government will already have record of that. Okay, so it's mostly the foreigner that needs to prove that legally with certification. And then let them tell you what to get. Okay, once they've assessed who you are and what your background is, they'll tell you what certification is needed. If they say that you need to get this and that, a divorce paper if you've been married before, plus a certificate of no impediment, or just a certificate of single status, whatever they say, get that. Okay, they're the people that you need to listen to. And when you listen to that, write it down and do exactly that, because if you don't get that exactly right, you're going to be rejected when you come back to actually get married. Step 3 is the grind itself. Go and get those certificates that you need. Okay, everything that you need. You might only need one if you've never been married before, but you might need more than one if you've been divorced, or if you're a widow or a widower or anything like that. So go and get them from the source, get the original, get them apostilled or notarized or whatever the Chinese government says. And then, of course, get them legally translated into Chinese. Don't just translate them yourself. You can't do that. And the Marriage Registry, the Civil Affairs Bureau will tell you that they need to be legally translated into Chinese, okay, by a registered legal translation service. And this is where our story went completely off the rails. We did make mistakes. We did listen to AI, and we did get unnecessary things, and we didn't get the things that we should have got, but we spent a lot of time and money getting the things that we shouldn't have got. I'm not going to go into more detail than that, but if you're interested, go and check out my profile page. I've got some videos made on some of those events that you can watch from there, and to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes as we made. Step 4 is a moment of truth. So you've got all of your certification. It's all ready to go. So then you book a time into the Marriage Registry in your city in China and go and present all of the documents that you've got. They'll then check everything extremely carefully, really carefully. And if you've done everything exactly as you were told, that's it. congratulations, you just sign a form and you're legally married. Pretty much that's how marriage works in China. You're officially legally married at that point. They will also do some other fun things like take a blood sample, so be ready for that as well. And once you finish that, then you can leave. You've got your marriage booklets, and you can go out as a happily married couple. Step 5 is to celebrate. Each of the Marriage Registry office has got packs of photographers lurking around the offices for people to walk out, newlyweds, offering photography. Make sure you get some because they're not very expensive. They do a great job and it's a really good thing. So you don't need to bring a photographer with you because there's going to be lots of photographers where you get married anyway. So you can use one of those for your photos. So I do hope that was helpful, and I also hope that you do check out some of the videos of the messes that we got ourselves into. And if you enjoyed this video or found it useful and you'd like to see more of our life here in China, don't forget to follow. And of course, leave a comment if you've got any questions. I'm happy to try to help, okay? If you've already been married in China and you've got any experiences, any stories of your own marriage in China, please also leave a comment for that. If you had a different experience to me and think that I got some things wrong there, please clear them up. I'm happy to have other people contribute to this as well to help other people who want to get married here in China. Now, to really help you out, I'm going to put a final checklist up on the screen. It has all of the document rules, then the steps and the what photos you need, what size they need, what background color is needed, and that'll be on the screen so you don't make the same mistakes as we did. But like I said earlier, don't even treat this as being absolute. Still go into the Marriage Registry or the Civil Affairs Bureau and ask them to confirm. Use what I'm about to show you just as a guide. The 100% advice is go talk to them. All right, so now get ready to pause and take a screenshot or whatever you want to, because here it comes. So bye for now. See you in the next video and thanks for watching. Bye.